Guys, they said peace was impossible. Maybe it is. That the Middle East was a forever war, and Trump steps in, 20 hostages come home, and the global media suddenly forget how to even spell peace. Now, whether this holds, because I don't know, guys. I don't think peace ever exists in the Middle East, but that's another story. History tells us that every peace deal in that region is just a temporary, man. The ink dries faster than the next rocket launch. We've seen that time and time again, folks. But tonight, we're not doing worship. We're doing an analysis. Because real power, whether it's Trump, Netanyahu, or any of the alphabet agencies, always comes with a price tag. And I want you to know who's paying for this peace. Okay. Someone said it's not peace, but a transfer of power. Very well could be. Now, Trump declared peace in the Middle East. That alone, if you don't know, sends half of Washington into cardiac arrest. Okay. It's a win on the board. Hostages freed, guns are silent for some time. I'll give credit where it's due, but peace isn't made by handshakes. It's made by people who control the pipelines, the airspace, and the money flow. And you have to ask yourself, is Netanyahu really going to just sit back and clap? Or are the intel agencies that thrive on chaos suddenly going to retire? Or most importantly, is the military-industrial complex, the same machine that has made trillions off endless wars and conflicts, suddenly decide, it's time to mediate. We'll let it go. I doubt it. So maybe this isn't the end of the war, but maybe it's just a rebrand, a new logo on the same machine. Thanks, Steve. Still, credit to Trump for even trying, because most presidents wouldn't even risk upsetting the board. Love him or hate him, he's the only one who really tries to stop war for the most part. I mean, he went and sent them B-2s, but he has tried. I will give him that. Now, a couple things about today, though. I give credit where it's due, but now let's talk about the things I have a problem with. Okay. Let's play number one. Trump talks about Ivanka converting.
We also give a very special thanks to someone who truly loves Israel. In fact, loves it so much that my daughter converted. My daughter converted. I didn't know this was going to happen. And Ivanka's here. And Bibi, you do know this was not in the cards for me. You understand that. And she is so happy, and they are so happy. At least I think they're happy. If they're not, we have a big story, right? No, they have a great marriage, and they get along great. They're best friends. They have a very special.
Okay. Let me discuss that, because that's a problem for me. How could someone that I hear the evangelicals, as he calls them, say that he's the hand of God. I've heard evangelicals say that, man, churches preach that. Trump is ordained to come here and save the world. Okay. How could he be happy about his daughter denouncing Jesus Christ? Because to believe in Judaism, you have to deny the son. Okay. I have a problem with that. Okay. If you claim Christianity, how can you be happy about someone denouncing Christ? I don't know. Maybe we'll have to ask Officer Tatum. He may have an answer for that. But anyway, then, if that isn't enough for you, he's on Air Force One. And listen to him.
I think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven. I don't think that.
Okay. Now I know I'm about to lose some of the evangelicals. They're about to leave. Trump's on Air Force One saying he doesn't know if he'll get to heaven. I guess that tells all Christians one thing, because the Bible plainly states that it's not by works, but it's by accepting Jesus Christ as your Savior and being washed by the blood of Christ. Even children in Sunday school know this. And I know the 4D chess crowd. They're going to tell me, oh, he's just joking. Let me tell you something. We can joke about a lot of things. We can joke about a lot of things, man. I joke all the time. But if you're a follower of Jesus Christ, you know this is not something you joke about or make light about, because people that are unbelievers will hear you and they will not know you're joking. Okay? That is a big problem. And it's why, like, you know, I've said this time and time again, if you've been on the channel, that, you know, whenever I hear someone say they're a Christian, I'm like, whoa, got to watch you, dog. Got to watch you closer. Because some of the most vile and evil people I've met claim that title. They do. The most vile and evil, man. I've met unbelievers that are way better people, but being a good person don't get you into heaven. I guess Anna Paulina Luna didn't read that in the Bible, because she says, President Trump says he doesn't believe he'll make it to heaven, but I disagree. Trump has done more to secure peace on earth than anyone else in modern history. I believe God is preparing a place for President Trump in heaven right now. Anna Paulina Luna has not read the Bible either. Okay? You don't get to heaven by works at all. You don't. Now, you should bear fruit. Now, that doesn't mean you should go say, man, you know, I'm going to accept you, Jesus Christ, but I'm going to go start robbing liquor stores. It's not going to work, okay? You got to have fruits, right? They should know you're a Christian. And I don't mean the westernized version of Christian, that you're some weak pansy boy, because I see a lot of that too. Some of the softest men I see also are in those church pews. And I think truthfully it's all by design, and I was not going to go down this rabbit hole, but if we go back to the Scofield Bible, we go back to the boomers, where they believed everything on the TV screen, and they were told you have to be this way, this way, this way. It was all a control mechanism, because nothing controls people better than religion. Nothing controls people better than religion, right? Someone saying here, I'll answer this. Isn't Judaism part of the Christian faith? Yes, man. And I wasn't going to turn this into a Bible lesson, but I will for a moment. The thing is that the Old Testament, the part of the Bible, right? And people quote Genesis 12:3 incorrectly, mind you, because God is talking to Abraham. Those who bless you will be blessed. Those who curse you will be cursed, right? It doesn't say Israel. That came in Scofield in the 1900s. Okay, he was talking to Abraham. But the thing is this, is that was, if you, in those Christians that recite that verse like it's their whole theology, they skip over Leviticus because they'd have these curls and wouldn't have a beard that says eating meat right past the tattoo part, all this sort of stuff, right? You would know that the new covenant is with Jesus Christ. Okay, that's the new covenant. So you no longer practice those things. You're not going out in the wilderness sacrificing animals. Okay, so that's the part of it, and it's explained very well in the Bible. All you have to do is pick up and read it. You don't have to listen to some dumb YouTuber like me tell you about it. Go read it for yourself. And I would encourage you to do that. Never take any man's, because that's how we got in the position we are in now, taking man's advice at value. Do the research for yourself. Read the Bible. It's there. You can go get a Gideon's, dude. They're handing them out all the time. Get a Bible anywhere. Right? Now, we'll move past this for a minute because I didn't want this to turn into a sermon, but I thought it was important because the evangelical said, man, he is the hand of God down here. He's anointing the world. It's not how it works. Okay. And then this is the real dark part. Well, let me start off with this first.
We have weapons that nobody's ever dreamt of. I only hope we never have to use them. I rebuilt the military. I was proud to do it, but some of the things I hated to do, I hated certain of the weapons because the level of power is so enormous. It's so dangerous, so bad. But we have to do what we have to do. We make the best weapons in the world, and we've got a lot of them. And we've given a lot to Israel, frankly. And
weapons. But then he goes on to this.
Reasons why I'm proud to be the best friend that Israel has ever had, and they all say it in the White House. They all say it. I guess it's true because everybody says it, baby. You said it today. Thank you. But as president, I terminated the disastrous Iran nuclear deal, and ultimately I terminated Iran's nuclear program with things called B-2 bombers. It was swift, and it was accurate, and it was a military beauty. I authorized the spending of billions of dollars, which went to
billions of dollars. If you were wondering where that Doge money went to,
Israel's defense, as you know, and after
Israel's defense.
Years of broken promises from many other American presidents, you know that, they kept promising. I never understood it until I got there. There was a lot of pressure put on these presidents. It was put on me too, but I didn't yield to the pressure. But every president for decades said, we're going to do it.
I don't want billions of dollars going anywhere. Anywhere. It's ridiculous. And it just goes into show you that backroom deals, dude. Backroom deals. America second. America second, right? Now, I want to talk about something that's got a lot of people divided, including myself. This is the Insurrection Act, right? Now, there's reports that Trump's team is considering to combat crime and chaos in U.S. cities. Now, I've been talking about this, but it came up. Vance is saying it's not off the table. Look, dude, no one can deny there's a mess, okay? Organized theft, drug zones, and wide open borders. And I have shown the 80-year-old man that was attacked by a mob of freaking 30 people, you know, in his store. It is terrible. It is terrible. That's why everybody needs to be strapped. I guarantee the number one problem solver is everybody strapped up. You keep that heater on you, and it's good to go. Okay, it'll be like the Wild West again. People didn't fool around that much back in those days, right? The mayors and governors have failed, and if you don't clean those guys out, it really ain't going to do anything, man. It's not going to fix anything. You're not draining the swamp. If you don't drain the swamp, you're going to still have the same outcome. Yeah, you could clean it up for a moment. It's a Band-Aid, but it's not going to be cleaning up for good. But sending troops into American streets, man, that's a door that once it's opened, it doesn't close easily. Now, the litmus test is simple. Would you be okay with your worst enemy having that same power? I'm talking Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, because the answer, if it's no, you better think twice before you cheer it on. Because the next team, it might work now for you. It might restore order for a season, but every temporary fix becomes permanent once the government realizes how effective it feels. Remember, everybody forgot 2020, man. People forgot. They don't recall. Today, Trump using it for order. Tomorrow, it's another administration using it to silence dissent. Go get the fact checker said these guys are spreading misinformation. Send the Marines in. And then it's game over, man. So let's be clear. Strength isn't the same as control. A strong leader enforces law. A controlling system never gives it back. Hence, that's why any gun legislation I'm opposed to, every single bit of it. I'm for felons having guns. I'm for everybody having guns. Right? You pay your debt to society, give them his strap back. Okay? That's it. Because anytime they take a little bit, you never get it back. Okay? Now, I want to say something the other day. I was upset about the shutdown because the troops weren't getting paid, man. It's sad. I saw lines, troops and their families at the food banks. I mean, sad sight, dude, right? So into the shutdown, Donald Trump has told Pete Hegseth, he made it clear that troops will be paid, man. Okay. Now, the Marine Corps came out and said, Marine Commandant and said, Secretary of War, Marines are good. Don't give them their checks, spend it on equipment. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. But the Marine Corps would say some shit like that. They would. That was a joke. That was a joke. Sorry. We got to lighten it up. Anyway, but That's a move on principle, man, because it shows where loyalty lies. It's with the people who risk their lives, not the bureaucrats collecting freaking Zoom checks. It's the right call, but it's also a reminder that when the government halts, you learn real quick what actually keeps the nation alive, man. And spoiler is, it ain't the social media interns at the Department of Education. Okay. The shutdown is a stress test, a silent exercise in dependency. Who can stand when the machine stops spinning? Who can think, adapt, and operate off grid, right? Like going to the food banks, looking for outside, you know, it's not politics, man. It's survival one-on-one. And if you're watching this, you already know you don't wait for Washington to fix your life. You fortify your own. Hard to kill. I say it all the time. I say these buzzwords all the time because I want you to remember them. I put them on shirts and sell them because I want you to remember these things. These are lifestyle mottos that I try to give. Things that I live by. Life sucks. It does. It's hard. It's hard, right? And it'll steamroll everybody because nobody in charge in Washington or anywhere else could care less about your eye. Okay. Now, I do have one question, though, is that if the government is shut down, why are we still paying taxes? Answer for me that, Chad. I want to know. I want to know. Let me know. Now, I want to do an update too, real quick, before I move back on to the main topics, because, you guys have been helping us, me, and everybody that's into being hard to kill for the past few years. This has been a battle for about three years now. And I just want to drop a quick intel update, man, that actually matters to everyone watching, because it's something along these same lines where they try to take from us, right? But we won the damn battle, right? Remember when I told you Big Pharma and the FDA were trying to ban MNN? That supplement that boosts your cellular energy, recovery, and longevity. Yeah, they tried to pull it off the market so they could patent it, put it behind a prescription at $900 a bottle. Well, we fought back and we won. A lot of you guys signed the petition, man. I asked, hey, go sign the MPA petition, and you guys did. I mean, there was masses of you guys, right? And I had high hopes that RFK Jr. would be in on this, and he was. After months of pressure from the Natural Products Association, which includes Black Forest supplements, are part of that, the FDA finally reversed course, man. That means NMN is now officially lawful as a dietary supplement again. This is bigger than one product, guys. It's about health freedom and the right to decide what goes into your body without asking permission of unelected bureaucrats or pharmaceutical lobbyists that have been trying to run this junk, Pfizer and all them son of a guns, right? And that's why I like Black Forest. They didn't bend the knee, man. They stood up and they said no, and they're letting Big Pharma not let them own human biology, right? It's the same fight every day, man. Freedom of thought, freedom of body, and freedom of will, okay? Now, I want to talk about something real quick that I use every day is the cocoa flavonols, okay? It boosts your stem cells, okay? And obviously, I wouldn't do the stem cell treatment like Joe Rogan here. Joe Rogan got the real stem cells.
Bunch of stem cells shot into my shoulder that healed it up. But I had some pretty significant shoulder injuries.
Yeah, like, you did the labor room surgery, rotator cuff, nothing?
No surgery. But I had a full-length rotator cuff tear.
Oh, okay.
And they used exosomes, and it was gone.
No.
The next MRI I had, the tear was.
No. Anyway, cocoa flavonols, they do the same thing, man, except they produce it naturally, right? Wakes up your own body stem cells, similar like peptides. A lot of people are doing peptides now. It's become a popular thing where you take a peptide, you inject or take a pill, it increases your natural stimulation of growth hormone. They have the BPC, which is like for recovery and all this sort of things. So this is just a powder. I put it in my coffee every day. It makes it taste great, and drink in the morning. Okay, it lowers blood pressure, you name it, right? And all the same. I always talk about this doctor here. I'm going to play a clip where he's talking about it.
to show that the flavonols in cocoa stimulate stem cells to come out of your bone marrow like bees in a beehive in your bloodstream, and they go out and they find wherever it needs to be repaired. If it's in your heart, they'll fix it. If it's in your liver, they'll fix it. If it's in your skin, they'll fix it. And so we can eat foods like high flavanol cocoa in order to be able to actually get the stem cells to work a little bit better. Now, how do we know this actually functions, works in people? Well, clinical studies have been done.
Yeah, that's Dr. William Lee. I always quote that guy. Him and a few others, Andrew Huberman. These guys all know what they do, because you have to take your health into your own hands, man. Be hard to kill. Obviously, working out needs to be part of that. Eating healthy needs to be part of that. Staying away from Mickey D's. I know it tastes good, but stay away. But cocoa flavanols is something I use every day, man. It's easy, tastes good. It's like a treat. Drinking your coffee. You should be drinking black coffee, not those soy boy lattes. Don't do that. Right? Don't make them. Those are milkshakes. High calorie milkshakes. No, don't go to Starbucks and get one of them latte milkshakes. Don't do that. Your wrist will start doing that right there. Right? Anyway, right now, because of this and Columbus Day, go Columbus. Piss off the leftists. 50% off, store wide, 48 hours. I'll put the link in the comment below. Go get Hard to Kill, man, and try high flavanol cocoa. I recommend. I use it, man. That NMN is staples in what I do, right? But the truth is, guys, is that we're not just fighting political corruption anymore on its own, man. We're fighting biological control. They want you sick, weak, and dependent. Every time you choose strength over submission, you're sending a message that you don't own me. Okay. Now, when you look at it from a tradecraft perspective, right? Never confuse the operator with the operation. Every move you're seeing, peace deals, troop talk, shutdowns, they're all forms of leverage. And leverage is the only real currency of power, guys. Jeffrey Epstein, Trump plays it well, right? He's a negotiator. That's what he does. He did before he became president, man. He's a businessman. So he'll cut a bad deal to get something in favor, like taking a Qatari jet and then putting a base on. But the establishment has played it longer, guys. That's the thing. The smart ones are the citizens who stay alert. They learn to see the game. Look, I know a lot of people hero worship Trump as well as everybody else. But the thing is, you don't have to agree with every move to understand how the mechanics, okay, of something. In survival, man, you study terrain, not ego walking across it, right? You don't, I'm going to take this. I may get injured, but I'm going to take this route here. That's not what you do, right? The other thing is that the man is temporary. The system is permanent. And knowing how to read the system is exactly how you stay free. And this is where I'll land tonight, guys, is I will give credit where it's due. Peace talks, good if they last. Troops paid, perfect. But I'm not blind to the test runs happening in the background. I'm not blind to see allegiances that are over America. Every power play, even the good ones, is the data collection, man. Every emergency expands the system's reach. That's why you celebrate the win, but you never drop the guard, because freedom isn't a reward. It's responsibility. And once you hand it over, you'll never get it back. So yeah, peace is great, but peace is only real when the people are strong enough to defend it. Think about it. That's why the forefathers wrote the Constitution the way they did. They lived under tyranny. They know. Because you got to live frosty, striped, and dangerous. I always say that. Because in the game, awareness is armor. This is Black Scout survival. And the fight for control has already begun. Black Scout out.